Howdy everybody, it's me again. Just got back from week 3, day 3, right? I can count? Okay. So just got back from week 3, day 3 at the gym. I hit the 5:30 judo class, came home to get some food and shower. Oh, this is already in the post. So in judo we worked Uchimata again. I walked in right as they were beginning to actually drill the Uchimata. With Andrew last week when we were working Uchimata, it was your opponent had shot a single leg on you and you were countering with the Uchimata. So they already had a single leg, so you were reaching over the same side hand to grab the belt and then trapping their arm and hopping in position and tossing them over. Kevin was teaching this evening, and so he had the more traditional, you've got your grips, you're going to, back step, and then, bring their sleeve in and jack your elbow into their armpit, and then, again, turn and hip into them, and if necessary, extend their sleeve to the ground. After that, he worked on how to get into, if we walk in and we slap hands and we're starting sparring, talking about kind of the basics of if my right leg's forward, I don't want to reach with my right hand because that opens me up for a shoulder throw, and so how you want to grip with your left hand and feed it to your right hand, and then once you get that grip, really locking into the guy so your whole forearm stays connected, and then gripping his sleeve, in some manner, and then just locking that to your body so you control it. And then that way when you go to take that back step, just because you move this a little bit, you've got so much control of his body, it's already going to off balance and make it even easier to insert the foot and toss him. So I was really happy about that because Uchimata seems to work fairly well for me, at least in drilling I seem to understand it. And when we're sparring, I feel comfortable attacking with it. It's a little bit more, no, that's not true, I caught Joss with it today. We were sparring and I went with a foot sweep and he based, and as he was trying to regain his base, and then transitioned into Uchimata and tossed him. So I've had success with it. Second week that I've been working on it, so that's a positive in my book. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I should keep trying it. So that was judo, a lot of fun. As I headed out the door, Andrew asked if I was coming back, and I said, "Yeah, I'll see you in an hour. I'll be back." And John just went, "Great, just skip out on Muay Thai, keep on hugging men." You. I feel like I'm never going to be man enough for John to respect me. Anyway, so I came back for the late class. We were sparring again. No fun aha moments tonight. I think there were, 15-ish people there tonight, somewhere in that neighborhood, and there were only 3 white belts. There was a handful of blue belts, about an equal number of purple belts, a brown belt or 2, and then, of course, Andrew was teaching class. So it was a lot of, I wasn't doing situational sparring, but I was doing a lot of defense. Just, nature of being a white belt in a school full of sharks, which is at the same time humbling, but then again reassuring because, I'm rolling with Foz and he's attacking that arm and I'm able to, hold out and block his baseball choke for, until the bell runs out and rings and saves me. Makes me feel a lot more confident about going against a bunch of white belts in a few weeks. Not to underestimate my future opponents, but just, I may lose on points, but, I feel like it'll be at least a small moral victory, to be able to survive and protect myself. So rolling was good, like I said, a little humbling, but still good, very useful. Found myself getting caught when I'm in bottom side control and trying to create the frame, get the, my hand on my opponent's shoulder and in his throat, and as I'm trying to spider finger up and make the space to be able to frame out and hip away and get my knee in, first with Foz, I noticed that he was really easily able to pop my shoulder out and then just start exposing it, and I was, knew I was in for an Americana, and so started trying to defend against that, and that's when he caught me in the baseball choke. So I found that happened to me with Foz, and then whoever it was I rolled with after him, I don't remember who it was, but a couple of other guys started catching me in the same thing. So I didn't have any aha moments while rolling. Like, I didn't find any solutions, but I did have an aha moment in that I was going, oh, I'm screwing up here somehow. I'm doing this wrong. I need to figure out what I'm doing. So I wasn't able to figure it out. Couldn't really see a solution. So after class, I was able to pick Andrew's brain. And he immediately said, yeah, do it with Foz. And I was like, well, that makes sense, of course. And so Foz very helpfully said, oh, yeah, I wait for you to do that. I'm just going to let you hang yourself with that because I can kickstand it up and it's mine now and you're never, etc. And I kind of said, oh, yeah, great. Okay, you seem to let me hang myself a lot. That's wonderful. But Andrew basically said, let me know that when I'm getting here and I'm trying to make the space, instead of trying to push up with my elbow like this underneath his jaw, which is exposing it, what I really need to be doing is hiding my elbow here in my, against my body, and then making space by walking my fingers up this way. So it's not, it's not a rotation like this where I'm going to push his head up and make space, or where I'm going to push into him and make space, but rather it's an extension of the arm, and getting here and getting the tarantula hand to just creep forward and make the space while bridging here and bringing the knee in, etc. So that was really nice. I have a problem. It's clearly, it's not like, oh, Foss is just phenomenal at this because other guys are catching it with me too. And then to be able to, ask Andrew and have the very simple answer of, oh yeah, you're missing this key detail, fix that detail, and then go on with it. Today was the last day of armbar month. So Andrew was trying to hold back tears as he was finishing his teaching, and was working a lot on grip breaks. We started, you've already got the armbar, you've already got the hand in the pocket, you're controlling the pants, but they've got, first we did the palm-to-palm grip, and we did a few different breaks, one where you just put your foot up and, put it in the far side elbow and just extend away. And then we said, oh, well, he's too strong for that, just pushing doesn't work, so then you hook your two legs around so that you're kind of got your feet like this, trapped in the forearm, and you hold those in place as a brace just to keep his hand where it is, and then you use your spine and hips to extend away from him and pop the grip that way. And the final one, if he's just, brute strong and you can't break it, nothing's working, you have to actually let go of the pants, come in underneath your own arm, back up through his arms, release and grip here, and then pop him into an Americana, which is really nasty, not very nice. And then you can either finish the shoulder lock there, or possibly catch a wrist lock, or transition back into the arm lock. I was rolling with a blue belt named Ben, who I met for the first time. He was a really nice guy. Clearly has a amazing first name. And he was showing me a really terribly mean way to kind of affect the same thing where, you've got the guy's wrist here in your pocket, and you bring your top leg in and thread it through and catch him, and then you bring this hand through like this to figure for his wrist, so it's like a Kimura grip, and then you bring your other leg on top and hack the back of his wrist where it bends, and then just crunch in, so I think it's like a partial calf slice, or a bicep slicer. Didn't feel good on my bicep anyhow. So you just kind of, and he kind of goes, I don't like that. Okay, just take the arm. So he had another dirty old man trick, even with Trey not being around. By the way, Trey, I hope you're feeling better and eat someone else's brains before you get to mine. So that was tonight. It was just a good, hard night of rolling and drilling. Just a lot of fun being there, and like I said previously, it's just completely changed my outlook on the day. Coming home from work at 5:15, 5:30, getting home, and trying to change and rush out there, I was really frustrated. I hate feeling rushed to get things done. I hate that, that pressure of that external pressure, like, if I have given myself a personal deadline, for example, I have to get an extra day in this week, and I've said I'm going to make it, I said that competition class is mandatory. So that's kind of a self-imposed deadline where I have to get there. I have to go to competition class tomorrow. It's non-negotiable. But to feel like there's, an exterior pressure of, you have to be there at 5:30. And it's one thing if I'm late because I'm being lazy. That's on me. But to be late for other reasons, because things at work just take forever and are spilling over, and they're just piling more and more on, and it's just frustrating when external factors force me to be late and rushed, and it's just aggravating. So I was just really, really not in a good frame of mind when I walked into judo. I was just very frustrated, very embarrassed to be showing up late. Felt like everyone like, you're 15 minutes late. You skipped the drilling, you skipped warm-ups, and you're just going to kind of waltz in now. And like I said, just very frustrating situation. But John was there, was looking for a partner, so he grabbed me and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing," and showed it to me immediately, and we started working. Kevin came around and was critiquing, the stuff I was getting wrong. And by the time I'd been thrown on my head a few times and flipped over and managed to get one throw in on Joss, and I just walked out happy, because it was just, it was like every time I hit the mat, I just smacked a little bit of that frustration off and just kind of beat it out of me. And I was too busy focusing on actually not getting hurt to worry about, trivial stuff at work that's not really going to affect anything. So that's my recap for today. The reason that I ate all that terrible, terrible stuff at Shoney's is because I'm a weak person. The reason I'm going to tell everyone else is that today was my dad's birthday. So happy birthday, Doug Papa Bear Westcott. Ripe old age of 60. Going to get all kinds of senior discounts coming at you now. And so Dad and I have lunch every week, and so this week happened to fall today on his birthday, and we went to Shoney's. And so, my socially acceptable excuse for eating like crap today is, let's celebrate my dad's birthday. And I made sure that they all came out and sang to him and clapped nice and loud, and he got all embarrassed, and it was fantastic. Because he's my dad. I love embarrassing him because he's done it enough to me as I was a kid. So happy birthday, Dad. And thanks for listening to me ramble on for another 13 minutes.